Hello, how are you today? As you're logging on, would you let me know where you're coming from? I'd love to know which part of the United States or which part of the world you're logging in from. It's always fun to see who my audience is, so welcome. Let me know if you're a replay viewer. Many of us are looking for ways to be healthy, right? And implementing that as a lifestyle. So are you looking to becoming that healthy person yourself without having to spend lots of time, without feeling overwhelmed, and then getting some quick results, right? Because I want to know what I'm doing is working, because otherwise I'm going to give up and try something else. And I think that's human nature. So we're going to talk about that today. I'm Diane Thompson. I'm a registered dietitian and healthy living coach. And I love to work with women who are struggling in their health. And I help them overcome those obstacles so they can live a life of possibilities and not a life of limitations. So today we're going to talk about distractions, right? Are you getting distracted by all the noise and fads out there? There's so many fads. What works, what doesn't, right? How do you have a habit of biting more than you can chew and never getting anywhere? Well, this call is for you today. So there's some few basic habits that I'm going to review that will help you implement healthy habits starting right now. So you don't have to put it off till tomorrow, next week, after the kids are back in school, whatever the case may be, and you can start getting some results right now. So these are habits that have stood the test of time with people who are healthy and are staying that way, okay? Because who cares if you lose a few pounds for a few months, but then you gain back all the weight? That's all for naught, right? We want results that have the staying power to get us to where we want to go and keep us there. So let's talk about, and these are habits that people who have great health and have had it for a long time utilize in their own lives, on their own journey, okay? So let's talk about number one, okay? We're talking 4 simple things. First one is keep food preparation simple, right? You don't have to eat fancy food all the time. Keep food preparation really simple. Hey, Tina, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. So, and use really basic ingredients. I've been on a health journey now for, dare I say, well over 30 years, okay? So these are some of the strategies that I use, but these are strategies that lots of people have been using who are healthy and have stayed that way. So keep food preparation simple. The simpler it is, the less of a reason, if it's too hard, what happens? We don't do it, right? If it sounds like it's going to take too long, what happens? We don't do it. Yeah, Tina, I love simple too. It doesn't have to be gourmet, though I love gourmet too. Don't get me wrong, but there's a time and a place for that. So think simple. Think preparation should be minimized, minimal preparation, okay? And here's some really key things around making this a strategy that really works, and that is using really good quality ingredients, the freshest ingredients you can, because if you're starting with really great quality ingredients to begin with, guess what? The end result is going to be very, very good, right? So like right now, we're still at the height of great vegetables, so everything comes out right. So remember that. Buy great quality ingredients, the freshest possible. You don't need a lot of different recipes. Really, the average American doesn't even have 8 that they rotate through. So if you come up with 8 that your family really, really loves and rotate through those, that's really all you need. So that's not very many, okay? Second thing, people who stay healthy and are on a healthy journey focus on nutrition. That's their number one priority. So they're thinking nutritious food, but still tasty, okay? So what's a way that what do they do to make their food really tasty and delicious without spending a lot of time? Well, they use a lot of herbs and spices, right? I use tons of garlic. I would love to know, Tina, if you use lots of garlic too. I'm sure I smell terrible sometimes because like last night I made something and I must have put 5 cloves of garlic in there, right? The more tasty it is, the more I like it and the better, the better it is. So I'm going to eat it. So use a lot of herbs and spices, get real familiar. I don't know if you can see in the background. Maybe, yeah, you can see rosemary, there's thyme, there's basil, not basil, basil's in the garden. But I have like 7 or 8 different herbs. I got some sage over there. So I use a lot of different herbs lots of garlic. Yay, Tina, I love garlic too. So yeah, so use a lot of those kinds of things. Get familiar with different herbs and spices, and fresh is better than what's in your spice carousel in your kitchen. I use that, especially when I can't get it fresh, but it's so much better when it's fresh, right? And you can't go wrong. I don't think, no, you really can't go wrong, I don't think. So, okay, so focus on that nutrition, get the best flavor possible by using fresh herbs and spices. And like I said, it doesn't have to be complicated, and you don't have to use a lot of exotic foods. There is a time and a place for that, but when you're focused on getting food on the table for your family, you want to keep it as simple as possible and also as good as possible, right? Tasty, quick, and easy. Okay, so that's number 2. So there are really a lot of people who are focused on health are choosing healthfulness over taste, okay? So it doesn't have to be these fancy cream sauces and all kinds of stuff, right? I throw things together at the last minute, whatever I've got, lots of vegetables with olive oil, garlic, and spice and salt and pepper. And yum, you know what I mean? I'm focusing on those vegetables and getting some flavor in without killing myself doing it. Third thing, experiment, right? We're talking about these new herbs and spices that you're going to try. So be open-minded about it. When people say to me right out of the gate, oh, that doesn't even sound good, I'm not even going to try it. That's not open-minded, right? We want to be open-minded about exploring new tastes so you don't get stuck in a rut. You don't want to get stuck in a rut, and try some new foods, like something that's new to a lot of people is like mashed cauliflower or riced cauliflower. And I've had people say to me, yuck, that doesn't even sound good. You know what I mean? But open up your mind to the possibilities, because there's a mindset that goes along with that. Yes, I agree, Tina, but it doesn't have to be hard, right? Especially this time of year. Oh my gosh, some fresh basil and some garlic and salt, pepper, and olive oil. Yum, and you're good to go. So try new preparation methods too. So if you're not somebody who stir fries, learn how to stir fry. And it's not a hard preparation method. It might be new to you, but be open to trying something that's new to you and that's simple, right? You don't have to be, do a flambe or, something like that. I haven't even made a flambe before, and I consider myself a cook. So always be looking for new ideas, right? Explore new things. Get magazines that are healthy cooking, and look at those things. Yeah, Tina, I love it. So don't get locked into food rules, okay? Here's a good food rule. Eggs are only for breakfast, or salad is only for dinner. Now, I have done posts in the past where I had salad with some eggs. Now, people thought I was crazy for doing that, but why? Whoever said salad is only for dinner? right? You can have it for breakfast. I did a post a little while ago around sauerkraut with our eggs. So I had company and they all tried it and they loved it. You know what I mean? Don't underestimate that people are willing to explore new things. So be willing to explore new things yourself. So so don't get locked into food rules, so to speak. And then here's probably the biggest one is think long term. You know, when you're making dinner and you're feeding your family, you're getting ready to feed your family, think long term. Do you want to serve them some food that isn't going to contribute to their health, their energy, their well-being? You know what I mean? That's another differentiating thing, that people who are healthy and stay healthy prioritize that, not some of the others, you know. So is this healthy for my family? And they're focused on longevity, improving quality of life, preventing disease, and caring for ourselves as we get older, you know, because if you look at the long-term statistics, as we get older, 80% of us will get cancer. 80% of the gerontology population in the United States is going to get cancer. So I always ask myself this question: is this contributing to me getting cancer like most Americans, or am I going to be the exception to the rule? Okay, so be thinking along those lines. Now, here's a challenge. Let me know in the comments which of those 4 things that I just talked about that you're going to work on today or tomorrow. Okay, I'd love to know. I'd love to know how I can support you in that, and maybe even share some resources. If you need some resources in any one of these areas, let me know, and I'm so happy to share them with you. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.